From Bullet to Brain, the flash fiction autobiography of Samuel Kelly. Life doesn't come with a filter, and neither does this story. From Bullet to Brain is a raw, unflinching journey through the life of Samuel Kelly, told in the sharp, staccato bursts of flash fiction. These stories are not polished or prettied up. They are jagged, violent, and unapologetically real. From the innocence of a baby's first cry to the deafening roar of a gunshot, this series captures the chaos, heartbreak, and fleeting moments of beauty in a life shaped by struggle. Each piece, whether a 6-word gut punch or a sudden fiction saga, peels back the layers of memory, exposing the wounds, the scars, and the truths that refuse to be silenced. This is not just a story. It's survival. It's pain. It's resilience. It's Samuel Kelly, unedited and unrelenting. Titles like The Baby, The Bullet, The Gun, and Here Comes the Nigger set the tone for a narrative that doesn't shy away from the uncomfortable or the ugly. These are stories that demand to be heard, stories that will leave you breathless, haunted, and maybe even changed. Welcome to From Bullet to Brain. Brace yourself.
Welcome to Ellis Beetle Magazine.
For all you eco-conscious shoppers out there, this one's for you. From nappy backpacks, reusable canvas bags to eco-friendly wooden bento boxes, Puka Bug is where sustainability meets style. These aren't just products. They're a statement. A way to live consciously without sacrificing creativity or functionality. Plus, have you seen their colorful clogs and matching kids' sweatshirts? They're perfect for everything from errands to adventures. Puka Bug, created for little bugs and the little happy bug in you. Visit BeetleGo.com to view the Puka Bug product line exclusively at BeetleGo. That's beetle-go.com.
BeetleGo, get up and go.
Welcome to the first edition of From Bullet to Brain, the podcast where we explore the hidden corners of our minds, our pasts, and the stories that shape us. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as raw as it is complex: religious trauma. Specifically, the scars left behind by the fear of the rapture, the weight of tithes, and the suffocating grip of spiritual manipulation. What happens when faith becomes a weapon? When the promise of salvation is wielded like a threat? When the very people meant to guide you to the light instead cast shadows over your soul? In this episode, we'll unpack the chaos of growing up in environments where tithes weren't just offerings, they were tests of loyalty, where the fear of eternal damnation loomed large and the lines between faith, control, and survival blurred. Through the lens of Samuel Kelly's personal stories, like the ones you're about to hear, we'll explore the anger, the rebellion, and the quiet resilience that emerges in the face of spiritual oppression. So grab a seat, take a deep breath, and join us as we navigate the tangled web of faith, fear, and freedom. This is From Bullet to Brain, GoNNa Get Dat Boy. Let's begin. For many, the first encounter with religious pressure isn't a theological debate. It's a feeling. It's the knot in your stomach when the collection plate comes around, or the quiet terror inspired by a sermon on the end times. It often starts in childhood when you're just trying to make sense of the world. The prayers of a child can reveal so much about the environment they're in. They bargain, they plead, they try to understand a transactional God. Let's listen to this memory of a childhood prayer, a negotiation with the divine.
Tithes, Chapter 1. Sammy, get to work. You got to works for the Lord, then pay your tithes so God will bless you. You got to pay them tithes. What are tithes? I asked. Tithes is every dollar you make. You give God 10%, but if you give 15, he will bless tenfold. so I thought about it as I played and pretended to be a monster killer in the backyard. Why does God need tithes? He has a fortress with streets of gold and pearly gates. I wonder if he got it from a mine. Who did he send to get it? I guess that's why it's guarded so well. Peter, he's got a boring job. I'm down here fighting monsters. I went inside and asked, did God use a spaceship to get his gold to heaven? Laughter filled the room. What kind of spaceship would God use? They asked. Eagle 1, Space 1999. I have the toy downstairs. You're so silly. If God had a spaceship, it would be made of gold. Shalahala. Shonda, she say. He say. But God. That's stupid talk again. That God language, the tongues. Cough a demon up. My brother Demetrius comes into the room. Do you know why they call us niggers? 'Cause they know we talk to niggers like that and learn from 'em. You want to be a dumb nigger? Do you want to sing Mammy? Oh, Mammy? Tap dancing on Sunday? I said no. Then stop talking.
Here we see the very beginning of the conflict, filtered through the lens of a child's logic. It starts with a simple, almost innocent question. What are tithes? The answer he receives immediately frames faith as a financial transaction. It's not about love or grace. It's about giving 10% to get a blessing, or even better, 15% for a tenfold return. It's presented like an investment strategy. But the child's mind doesn't stay there. He takes this concept and tries to square it with the world he understands, a world of imagination, monster killers, and sci-fi toys. His logic is flawless for a kid. Why does an all-powerful being with golden streets need my money? Did he mine it? How did he transport it? This isn't defiance yet. It's genuine curiosity. He's trying to make sense of a divine economy that seems illogical. The adults laugh. They dismiss his questions as silly, but his imagination is actually poking holes in the doctrine they've presented. The conversation then shifts dramatically with the entrance of his brother, Demetrius. This is where the imaginative world of a child collides with the harsh reality of social and racial consciousness. The brother's intervention is jarring. He connects the uncritical acceptance of religious dogma, the God language, the tongues, the shanda, but God, to a legacy of subjugation. He asks, do you want to be a dumb nigger? Do you want to sing Mammy? In that moment, the pressure is no longer just spiritual, it becomes cultural. The brother is arguing that this kind of blind faith is a tool of oppression, a way to keep people docile and unthinking. The final command, then stop talking, is chilling. It's an instruction to shut down curiosity, to stop asking questions not just to avoid ridicule, but to survive and maintain dignity in a world that already judges you. This single chapter lays the groundwork for how religious pressure, financial obligation, and societal identity become tangled together, creating a complex and heavy burden from a very young age.
Tithes, Chapter 2. A Grade School Prayer. Dear God, I'm going to ask for some things. When I get some money, I'll pay you back in tithes. I'll give you 15%. I'll cry like the Mormons do when they testify. They have the cutest girls, oh God. Will you send me an Eagle 1, Space 1999, spaceship in gold? With all the God gas. Like Forever gas. And send the Green Woman from Star Trek and Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island. Make them my age so I can kiss them. If you can't give both, make Mary Ann green. You have all the money you need. I hate it here, God. Send a ship. Save me. I would ask to come to heaven, but it seems boring, and all these dumb niggas around me say they are going. I don't want to see them in forever heaven. Dear God, forgive me, but I like the devil girls instead of the angel girls. Did you know someone snuck into hell and drew pictures of devil girls, then snuck into heaven and made some pictures of angel girls, then came back and made cartoons of them? The angel girls wear sheets. They talk about boring stuff. If you have the money, why don't you buy them some clothes? But the devil girls? They do their hair and talk all cool. They wear clothes that make my stomach feel funny. I like it. I'll speak the tongues. Will that help? Shalahala. Should I ask Santa? Hey, God, will you come to show and tell with me? Since you love me, I'd like to show you off. Demetrius said there are a bunch of dumb dancing niggas around us. Coons. They say things like dis and dat. Dem dare. Can you help me with that ship? I'll ask to be a devil for Halloween, and maybe I can get a devil girlfriend. You would understand. You know all things. About the ship. I hate it here. Can you send someone to beat Bobby TT like he beats us? Shalahala. Shanda. Shama. Good God. Amen.
Did you hear that? The bargaining. I'll give you 15% for a golden spaceship. The desperation. I hate it here. Send a ship. And the early signs of rebellion against a system that feels unjust and, frankly, boring. This isn't just a child's fantasy, it's a coping mechanism. It's an attempt to find a way out when heaven itself sounds like a trap. This prayer touches on two of the most powerful tools for control in high-demand religious groups: money and fear. Let's start with money, specifically the concept of the tithe. The word tithe means a tenth. In many churches, it's taught as a divine command. Give 10% of your income back to God, meaning the church, and you will be blessed. Fail to do so, and you are cursed. You are robbing God? For a child with no income or a family struggling to make ends meet, this concept is devastating. It creates a direct link between financial status and spiritual worth. We see this pressure build in the next piece. The focus shifts from a private prayer to a public shaming. The accuser is no longer an abstract God, but a very real person in the community.
Tithes, chapter 5. Sammy, we done caught you now, boy. You ain't paid no tithes. I was astonished. Who, me? I didn't? Yeah, nigga, you didn't have an envelope. My mother is talking now. Don't say that word. Now I sat there and I began to decipher his logic. Bobby TT, the same maggot who lip-locked with other women while married to my mother, had an obsession. Every Sunday it was envelope. Envelope. Evil. Nigga. Vile. Egghead. Lame. Overhyped. Pariah. Embarrassing. It felt good when I thought about it. I was also glad, in the name of the Trinity, that I spent most of my time away from this environment. That filthy Bobby TT. I played nice when I was a child, stayed in a child's place. I wanted him dead. I thought a nice cinder block dropped from the roof on his head. I watched movies where the good guys killed the bad guys, and sometimes the bad guys won. The good guys wear black. But we got beat for that movie, too. But in the science fiction movies, the antagonist laid in wait. That was my plan. I'd just wait until I got bigger, smarter. I wouldn't drop the cinder, I would just swing it with my hands. It wouldn't be hard, fast, or fair. It would be mean. One Sunday, an old soul pulled me aside. She said, "Use your words, not your hands." I think she saw the way I looked at him behind his back. She was right. So again, back to the tithes. I pulled it all back and straightened my face. Better to keep him comfortable so he doesn't know when I'll strike. The conversation changed when someone needed to convene with my mother. When the opportunity came for his demise while he threatened to beat my brother Demetrius, I chose not to. It was hard for me remembering as he wrestled me down and held a knife to my chest. Him saying, "I wish I could kill you. Too much to lose on that monkey maggot bodysuit." So I just chose to continue to chase the melody.
The humiliation is palpable. It's not about faith, it's about the envelope, a physical proof of compliance. The absence of that envelope makes him a target. Notice the internal explosion of rage, the silent litany of insults, the violent fantasies. This is what spiritual abuse does. It forces the anger inward, where it festers. When you're taught you can't fight back physically, or even verbally, your mind becomes the only battlefield you can control. the advice to use your words, not your hands, becomes a prophecy for a different kind of fight later in life. This public shaming is a tactic. It reinforces the power structure. The person with the authority to question your giving holds the power to define your worth in the community. And when you're cornered like that, survival instincts kick in. You learn to play the game.
Tithes, chapter 4. The purse and the pan. Sammy, you better listen to the Lord, for he rules in the kingdom of men. Kingdom of men? I thought. Didn't they say that in Narnia, or was it Middle-earth? I saw you laugh when Bug Boy lifted your skirt. Sweet sweetbacks. Badass song. I see you. Here comes that song again. If you give unto the Lord, he will give it back to you. Who is supposed to go first? Should we roll dice? I thought to myself. He should go first. Where is the ship I prayed for? No gold ship. No green girls. According to the DAT and Dis Can't Talk niggas. And the Massas, who keep talking. If I just give unto the pan, all my wishes will come true. I wonder what they would do if I flipped pennies into the pan like I was amused at an amusement park. Stand 6 feet away and let it fly. Then I started thinking deeply in the spirit. Maybe God already gave to me. I realized at that moment that I had it wrong. He sent old dirty Chucky the Fuggy Nuggy, fart breath. He sent me the Panty Wiggler, Bobby TT, Southside Brick City. He sent me Buster the Cartwheel, Circus Monkey. He sent Dorothy Shambach. He sent me through the mitt all dirty. He gave me Mommy is a Mary. Kinky baby, I got some for you. And so many others. On the other side, I call them niggas, maggots, monkey shines, and grapers. I say what they are under their oiled snakeskin. You see, the Lord gave to me, and now I'm giving back. Now about that purse, about that pan. I sweat out my curse running that purse that got passed over to me. Yes, indeedy, I blessed it. Blessed assurance the purse was mine. I made sure of that. Sammy, did you pay your tithes, boy? This was Bobby TT from Southside Brick City, Naptown, Indianapolis. Now don't get me wrong, there are some wonderful people there. But not this nigga. Oh, yes, I did, I said, with Holy Ghost glee. TT screamed. Check them envelopes. The question bellowed in the room. I'm thinking the buffoon is really crazy. If I just had a sweet cup of hydrofluoric acid to cool his face off. Lord, I pray. I'll trade the ship. See how the Lord works, I said. I put it in the envelope, then took it out. But rest assured my tithes was paid. How much? I was asked. I thought. My God, why won't you equip me? Just a half a cup of the acid. I gave it till it hurt, I yelled, and it hurt so good to give. Shala, Hala, Shanda, Shama. I wonder if the tongues mean more the more money you give.
I gave it till it hurt. That line is everything. It's the perfect encapsulation of what's demanded. But here, it's flipped. It's weaponized compliance. He's performing the role they expect, the fervent, tongue-speaking believer, while internally seething, bargaining with God for a cup of acid instead of a spaceship. The holiness is a mask, the tongue's a smokescreen. The hurt isn't from financial sacrifice. It's the pain of enduring this spiritual violence. And the joy comes from outsmarting the oppressor at his own game. This is the resilience that grows in the dark. A sharp, cynical wit. A deep understanding of the system learned from the inside that allows you to survive it. When your spirituality is policed like this, it's not a huge leap to see how it can be used to control every aspect of your life. Your thoughts, your actions, and your future. For many, the ultimate tool of fear is the doctrine of the end times. The rapture, the promise that at any moment the faithful will vanish and the rest will be left behind to suffer. We'll explore how that fear shapes a person and how the seeds of defiance we heard here can grow into a full-blown rebellion against the very idea of salvation after a short break.
For all you eco-conscious shoppers out there, this one's for you. From nappy backpacks, reusable canvas bags to eco-friendly wooden bento boxes, Puka Bug is where sustainability meets style. These aren't just products, they're a statement. A way to live consciously without sacrificing creativity or functionality. Plus, have you seen their colorful clogs and matching kids' sweatshirts? They're perfect for everything from errands to adventures. Puka Bug, created for little bugs and the little happy bug in you. Visit BeetleGo.com to view the Puka Bug product line exclusively at BeetleGo. That's beetle-go.com.
Beetle go, get up and go.
Welcome back to Samuel Kelly's From Bullet to Brain God, GoNNa Get Dat Boy. Before the break, we were discussing the performance of piety, how someone can learn to play the part of a fervent believer to survive in a high-control religious environment. We saw how the pressure of tithing can lead to internal rebellion, where outward compliance masks inward defiance. This pressure doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's often paired with a much larger, more existential fear: the terror of being left behind. For many, the doctrine of the rapture is the ultimate tool of control. It's the idea that at any moment, without warning, the true believers will be taken to heaven, and everyone else will be abandoned to face years of tribulation, torment, and apocalypse. Growing up with this belief is a unique form of psychological conditioning. Every thunderstorm, every news report of a war or earthquake, every unexplained absence can trigger a jolt of panic. Did it happen? Was I not good enough? Am I alone? This fear is designed to keep you in line. It's a constant low-grade hum of anxiety that makes you police your own thoughts and behaviors. The message is clear: any deviation, any doubt, any sin could cost you your salvation. When this level of fear is combined with the constant judgment of your community, especially from figures of authority, it can lead to a breaking point. The internal rebellion we talked about earlier starts to find an outlet. It's a rebellion not just against the rules, but against the arbiters of those rules. The judgment they cast upon you, "you are cursed," becomes a label you either internalize or reclaim as a form of power.
Tithes, the old people said. Pay your tithes so God can bless you. Sammy, that's why you cursed. That's okay, I thought. I gave the hand of God to your daughter last week in the basement. I gave her a blessing. She didn't pay her tithes either. I saw her purse open, and it opened like the pan. Pay your tithes so God can bless you. Sammy, that's why you cursed. And I thought I didn't get paid for any of this. I have nothing to give. But tonight, when I get bored, I'll play with them tits. She liked it, and so did I. I played my bass, and she sang the verse. And because you said I was cursed, I played all in that purse. See? That's what you get for being a prophet.
There is so much happening in those few lines. The accusation, "that's why you cursed," is met not with shame, but with a secret. A secret act of connection and intimacy that directly defies the transactional nature of the faith he's been taught. The language is potent. He redefines what it means to be blessed. The offering pan from the church becomes a metaphor for shared human experience. The purse. He finds his own version of giving, his own verse and melody, not in a church service, but in a basement with a woman. He is taking the curse and turning it on its head. The final line, "that's what you get for being a prophet," is the ultimate checkmate. It's a direct challenge to the authority that condemned him, implying their judgment only brought about the very behavior it sought to prevent. This is rebellion as restoration. It's finding your own grace when the grace you've been offered feels conditional and cruel. It's a messy, complicated, and deeply human response to an inhuman amount of pressure. These stories are true, and part of Samuel Kelly's story, and represent a journey that thousands have walked. It's a path that often starts with the innocent questions of a child, moves through the simmering anger of a teenager, and culminates in a profound reevaluation of everything you were taught to believe. Healing from religious trauma isn't about destroying faith. For some, it's about finding a new one. For others, it's about learning to live with uncertainty and finding spirituality in the human, the tangible, and the personal. It's about taking back your own mind, your own body, and your own story. It's about finding your own bass to play when the world tells you you're cursed. Thank you for joining us on From Bullet to Brain, GoNNa Get DAT Boy. The journey through these experiences is not an easy one, and if any of this resonated with you, please know you are not alone. You can find all of our episodes on our website at ellisbeetle.com/ellisbeetle magazine or wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on social media to continue the conversation at ellisbeetle.
We've reached the close of another episode from Ellis Beetle Magazine Podcast, a place where creativity, storytelling, and nostalgia come together. If these reflections spark memories or new ideas, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode packed with stories that celebrate the magic of imagination. Visit ellisbeetle.com for information about projects and features straight from our creative studio. And don't forget to stop by BeetleGo.com for a curated selection of camping and outdoor-themed products, while highlighting national parks, state parks, and recreation. Stay connected with us on Instagram. Find us at Ellis Beetle and at GoBeetleGo for a regular dose of inspiration and updates. Until next time, keep embracing your creativity and honoring the stories and experiences that shape you. Thanks for listening.